Hi, my name is Sanja, and since 2019, I've been helping companies create and build well-organized Notion workspaces where they can easily collaborate and get more things done. I've worked with over 30 different companies so far, and some of them were big, some of them were small, from different industries all over the world. But some things are repeated, and from my experience, here are the most common mistakes companies make when they either start using Notion or when they decide to migrate to Notion from some other tools. Now, if you're thinking this year, Notion has released so many new features, Notion sites, Notion charts, and many, many more. If you're thinking that maybe the problem is that companies still haven't adapted to all those changes and employees are still not using all the available features, well, no. I will just say it right away, that is not the problem. The problem is something else. It's not using all the possible features. It's more fundamental and it's more basic. Here's what it is from my experience. The first mistake I would like to share with you, something that I noticed many founders, many managers do, is assuming Notion is easy. And if they can do it, then anyone else can. Well, the problem with that is not everyone, not every employee you have is tech savvy. Not everyone knows how to use Notion. And even if you're thinking, well, this is all simple, it's easy to use, it might not be the case for everyone in your company. Some people will struggle with Notion. Yes, it's a wonderful tool. It is easy to use it if you know the basics and if you know what is what. So I've seen people struggle with Notion when they first start using it. They get confused. They are still wondering, where are my folders? Where are my documents? They don't understand that we don't have folders in Notion, that we have teamspaces, that we have pages instead of documents, and so on. Also, blocks. What are blocks? So not everyone has the experience of working with blocks. So something that is really simple can be very intimidating if you don't know how to use it. So what happens then is they do try to use it, but they feel insecure and they really don't know what to do. So instead of just jumping in and saying, here's Notion, everyone please start using it, make sure you do organize a training for all your employees. It can be the basic training, and my suggestion is don't just give them a link to a tutorial on how to use Notion, but do an in-house workshop. Guide them step by step on how to create a new page, how to format text, show them around your workspace. That will really help them feel more secure, feel more at ease, and they will start exploring then on their own as well. So another thing that you can do is you can appoint Notion champions. If you notice that a couple of employees in your company are more tech savvy, they understand Notion better than others, then appoint them as Notion champions. Tell everyone they are the masters of Notion, and if somebody is struggling, they're the people you can go to and ask for help. Also, another thing that you can do is open a Slack channel just for Notion questions. So if somebody is struggling, they don't know how to do something, they can just post anything in that channel, ask anything, and it will also help others who maybe didn't ask the question, but they will see the question and they will also see the answer. So everyone will learn something new. But the most important thing really, do not assume everyone knows it. Do not assume everyone understands how to use it. And please do organize an introductory Notion workshop. Guide people on how to use it, show them, let them ask questions, and let them try do something on their own. So that's the first thing. The second mistake is something I also noticed happens quite a lot, is giving full access to everyone. Now, I understand the intentions behind that are, well, it's positive. We have founders who want to build a trusting company culture, who want to build a transparent workspace for everyone. They want to share knowledge, they want to share information, they don't want to hide anything, and this is something they strive for. But giving full access by default to everyone will not lead to a transparent working culture. It will, in the end, lead to mistakes. Why? Because full access is really not needed to accomplish the transparency and to share knowledge with everyone. What might happen is if you give full access to everyone, then people might accidentally delete properties in databases. They might change the structure of databases by accident, and they will change the views, they will change how everything is presented to other employees as well, and this will bring confusion to everyone. So I wouldn't give full access to everyone. I would limit the access, and there's also a nice thing, especially for databases, where you can give access to everyone, but they can see everything, they can add new pages to databases, they can edit, they can review, but they cannot change the database structure. You can accomplish that by giving them can edit content on a database. Another thing why I think giving full access to everyone is problematic is because it's a security issue. Somebody might share something that's internal to people outside of your company. They might not even be aware that they are sharing that. So I would also restrict permissions so people are not able to share everything with everyone. So that's the most basic thing. Just give access intentionally. Don't just give full access to everyone by default. The levels of permissions are there by reason. You do need to think a little bit about how do you want to assign access per team space, per workspace, who needs to have full access. Yes, there will be some people who do need full access to be able to create a workspace that works. But not giving full access to everyone is a good idea, and it's not something that will limit the collaboration. The third mistake is something I could call going freestyle. So this is basically just allowing everyone create anything, anyhow, anywhere within your Notion workspace without providing them some kind of a structure, without providing some kind of a rules on how to use Notion. Now, I've seen this mostly happen with startups, and I understand they're trying to break free from corporate rules, and they want to encourage people to be creative, to think outside of the box, and just be more productive. But there is also the downside to that, is that if you provide absolutely no structure, no organization at all, then what you will end up is chaos. So I would say don't try to build a corporate culture or try to implement most strict corporate rules if that is not something you need, if that is not something you want. But do try to provide some kind of a structure for your Notion workspace. I would start with creating a home page in your workspace where I would just provide all the necessary information, the most important information that is relevant for all employees. Then also divide your workspace into team spaces, provide some basic structure there as well, and then allow people to further be creative, because it is normal that marketing will not be using Notion in the same way as sales, or finance will not be using Notion in the same way as HR. They don't have to all have exactly the same format of documents, pages, and so on. They can still be creative, but some form of structure is needed. Otherwise, what will happen? Your sidebar will get cluttered with hundreds of pages. Nobody will be able to find any information anymore. People will get confused and you will not get what you want from Notion in the end. So, to sum it up, 3 most common mistakes and how to avoid them. First would be having no training. So do provide training. I would say go with workshops. That seems to work the best. Second, giving full access to everyone. To avoid that, just don't give full access to everyone by default. Do it intentionally. And the third thing was going freestyle with absolutely no rules and no structure. Here, I would say do create some kind of a structure, do set some basic rules. And if you need help preparing Notion for your business and getting everything set, and if you need help educating your employees as well, do let me know. I'll be happy to talk to you and see if I'm the person who can help you further if you feel you're not able to do it on your own. Thank you, and I wish you a nice day and the most productive Notion workspace you can imagine. Thanks, bye.